Welcome back, everybody. We are back for another episode of Survivor Reignited. It is myself. It is I. I hate talking to myself in the third person. DadHat, a.k.a. Justin, joined by my side, my buddy, the Wrestling Encyclopedia. Like I've said, he's going to be the Survivor Encyclopedia. MJ Plessis. What's up, buddy?
What up? How you doing?
Well, my brain's not fully working. Been a long couple of days at work. I just woke up, so here I am, folks. But yeah, here we are. Can you believe we're starting the 5th season already?
It's gone by fast. We've gone through. We're doing this quickly.
Yeah, faster than I thought. And what I'm gonna say, we're starting. So start of Survivor season 5, Survivor Thailand. We've talked off camera. Man, this was a shitty season.
Yeah, I was. But the third episode, I was like, "Oh fuck, DadHat, why are we doing this?"
Well, if you know anything about pro wrestling, there's a phrase that nowadays is overused as hell. All I can tell you is after this, we at least get several seasons of bangers after bangers after bangers.
That makes me happy.
After Thailand, we get Amazon. After that, we get Pearl Island. After that, we get All Stars. After that, it's where I start getting a little muddy until we get a little bit further into the later seasons. But yeah, so we're gonna Thailand is probably gonna consist of only 2 episodes from us because we want to get in, get out, and never call her again. Is the best way to describe Thailand.
That's funny because I've been there.
Another show, folks. Another show. Join Netflix and Raw on Monday night. All right. So from the get-go with Survivor Thailand, right? You see Jeff and he separates them male and female. Did you think we were getting a male versus female season?
For a split second, but I was like, I don't know how well that would work. So, but there was like a split second. I'm like, oh, we're doing something kind of like
Just
new age.
Yeah, a little different. And they all thought that. In all the confessionals and everything, they all thought, wow, we're doing Battle of the Sexes.
Even the girls were talking shit that they were going to dominate. Like, that was funny.
Yeah. And Jeff, of course, is like, don't assume anything in this game. Don't assume a thing. Which is kind of the, for another reality show, Big Brother, that's kind of their motto is, expect the unexpected. So, unfortunately, it is not the case. They talk about in the rich history of Thailand, how the elders are, revered and have the utmost respect. And so as they go through and they're introducing everybody, they talk about their age and everything. And so the 2 oldest from male and female get chosen. That would be Jake from the men's side and Jan from the women's. What did you think about this? That for the first time, it was going to be like a schoolyard pick.
But I thought that was so interesting. I thought that was because you already are like choosing like, oh, this is who I'm running with. Like that's like
just based on initial reactions.
Yeah,
like looks, first couple seconds of talking, like that's it.
I want to talk about as Jeff is talking and everyone's on the boat right off the bat. Homie with the skateboard and the golf clubs. Like the luxury items in this season are wild.
Why do you have a skateboard? What?
I was so intrigued when I saw him holding his board.
Like, I'm an elder emo. I was never a skater emo. Like, I learned real quick that was not my niche. So yeah, I remember seeing that the first time and seeing it give this time of just being like, dude, what firewood? Weird. Like, is that all you're thinking? Maybe. But we'll get into the golf club because it comes into play
Yeah,
a lot.
it
So,
does.
but
But seeing
chocolate.
those laundry items, I
The
was like,
guitar. I mean, and it totally makes sense.
yeah,
Totally makes sense. Um. So yes. So we start. Jake and Jan. They get to pick their tribes. Of course, they have to start opposite sex, so it's going to rotate. You know, from their own gender. Um. Jake is the one that filled his tribe with the majority of the younger tribe
yeah.
members. And Jan, did anything surprise you, like who their initial picks were?
I I was shocked that Jan like went strictly on like age and like
Hmm.
was like, I'm gonna just pick the people I relate to. It's like this isn't gonna go well. This isn't
Yeah, yeah.
like you need someone who's gonna actually help you in situations. Have you not watched the show?
Jan's an interesting one for me, and we'll talk about Jan. Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's also doing it this way, doing this kind of schoolyard pick. It puts a target initially on your back because if the tribe automatically doesn't do well,
Yeah,
why don't we do well? Oh, who do we blame? The person that put us together,
facts.
right?
Yeah,
In pro wrestling, cool. We got a faction, right?
the
Things start to go
leaders.
south. Who gets turned on? It's the leader,
Yeah,
right? Like, all right. So we get our troops, our tribes. Um, so Jake, his tribe is himself, Aaron, Jed, Ken, Penny, Sheehan, Stephanie, and Rob. Uh,
Sukjai.
yeah, Suk Jai. And that means that's Thai for happy heart. Jan is, like I said, where you mentioned, like more the elderly, I say elderly, but like the older cast members. Um, it's herself, Brian, Clay, Gandia, Helen, John, Tanya, and Ted. And that's Chewy Gon, which is Thai for help one another. Um, yeah, it's not a good start for them, you know, as
Yeah,
they get to their camps. If you're looking at Chewy, Tanya, she gets sick from the get go, um, and they they talk about the water issues for both tribes and the ability to build camps and being very different.
Yukon's fucking water was like fucking far away. I was
Yeah,
like,
I mean, they talked about like one camp has a very good easy source for water. The other one doesn't. Um, one camp has where on the side of that, if you have the really good close water, you're gonna have a harder time making shelter. So they each come with their different set of challenges. For you, what would you rather have? Would you rather have a harder time building shelter or like and an easy source of water right by, or would you rather have cool? We can get shelter, get like in no
no, I
time.
want the water source right away.
Oh, without a doubt, water,
Yeah,
fire and water.
yeah,
I can get under some trees.
yeah.
I can cover myself to an extent. But the fact that I want water, let me walk, you know,
10 feet.
yeah,
Yeah,
a couple hundred feet, like instead of having to get into a boat and literally, it's like almost rowing to another island.
and the boat was broken.
Those
Like that
boats,
boat was just shit right
those
away.
boats are shitty. Those boats are shitty. Um,
Rob's energy right away was pissing me off.
and Rob. There's so many Robs that have been on Survivor
Facts.
uh,
But this
already.
Rob was already making me mad.
He's not. He's not one of
20
my
minutes
favorites.
in.
He's young. He's hot headed. He's he's
Cocky
arrogant.
bastard.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
cocky. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
So, but at Chewy, Helen and John and Tanya, they find their water source. Um, but they're still trying to have fun. You got somebody like John pulls a prank that there's water sources, salt water, but tribe didn't necessarily take well to his joke.
That was funny. I thought he was about to get smacked.
Soup Jai, their big focus was shelter. You got Jed on their team. His thing was he wanted to catch fish, and that really isolated him from the rest of the tribe. There's already tension with Soup Jai, and that's between Rob and Sheehan.
I felt so bad for this girl.
Yeah. Sheehan is we'll get to it. We'll get to Sheehan. What was she very her gameplay is very I don't know. It's like she had a game plan, but it went out the window the second that I don't know. It just felt
You realized that these dudes were douchebags.
Oh yeah, I feel like she couldn't adapt in the moment.
Yeah.
That's what we'll get to in Sheehan. We get to an immunity challenge, right? As normal, there's not really a reward and an immunity challenge on that first episode. But the tribes, they have to race around a small island while paddling boats. And as they go around the island, there are different little stations with different puzzles and different little, almost like little mini challenges almost. One castaway will be stationed at each puzzle. And each first tribe to complete the puzzles and retrieve their flag wins immunity. So pretty basic, nothing super hard. It's a puzzle challenge with a little aspect of physicality in terms of like the rowing and stuff. But it was different. What did you think about this challenge? It's different.
It was very different, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah, because you get a relay, but it's not a foot race.
Yeah. And the fact that Choigon was dominant at the beginning, and then
Gandia kind of shit the bed.
Yeah,
like you get to because hers was the one, right, where she had like the slide puzzle and had to release the knife. That is something that comes into play so much in like after All Stars. It's almost like, okay, this is the next generation of Survivor.
Yeah.
And so like you're gonna start seeing versions of a slide puzzle where it releases a blade and you have to chop something, whether that's part of like the finale of a challenge or if that's just like to move on to the next part of the challenge. Like you see that a lot coming up more. But yeah, Gandia kind of struggles, and Gandia kind of costs them the immunity challenge. Did you think she was going to be the first one gone after that?
I did not.
Who?
I was thinking Tanya.
You thought Tanya? Just because being sick?
Yeah, I was like, she's not taking this well. Her body is not ready for this situation.
I mean, you can't help what your body does. We've seen that in other seasons. Lex in Africa, you can't, you have to listen to your body. I mean, that's something that even you're not playing Survivor. If you feel like something's wrong, you need to address it.
Yeah. And she wasn't. And that's what was kind of scary.
Yeah. You got to listen. And the thing about Tanya is like, I almost don't like, we just talk about a non-memorable season. Like I put up my phone real quick. I'm like, I don't really even like, I'm like, I need to look up Tanya. Yeah. Like she's so unmemorable that I'm trying to picture in my head who she is. I'm like, even looking at a picture of her, like in a confessional, I'm like, I don't remember you.
Yeah, no, she was not. She played the background very well, and she was trying to float, but her body
brought attention to her more than she should have.
Yeah.
So the first vote, though, they vote out the freaking preacher.
Yeah.
Really? Like everyone has their own. We're not going to discuss religion here on the show, but like. They talk about, the spirit of where you are and like the history of where you are each season. Kind of, I don't feel like voting out the one spiritual person. Like, like at least prominent spokesperson is a good sign for what's to come. And as we see, it's a crappy season.
Yeah.
It's a very crappy season. So Pastor John, the tribe has spoken. You are gone.
Yeah.
Which
I always wonder with the first elimination if there's stuff that happened that they just don't show.
I agree. I think so. Because his was kind of
out of nowhere.
Other seasons like Africa with Deb, she was just annoying. Like, the Survivor books or the survival books all say do this and do this and do this. Like, she was just annoying as hell, and that made sense. Here, we just didn't see that.
No, it was like, okay. It's like you have the lady who's sick, and then you have the lady who fucked you on the challenge, but you kicked that guy out. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right, so we moved to episode 2. We talk about the water source issue.
Janet and Helen getting lost was so funny right off the bat.
Jan and Helen lost, and
I love Helen.
Oh, I love Helen.
I was so intrigued with Helen's gameplay.
Helen is sorry, gotta adjust in the seat. Not the best seat to. I always say I need to buy a new chair, but then I don't want to spend the money on a damn chair. But yes, Helen understands this game. To me, Helen was she walked into this knowing this is Survivor.
I legitimately thought she was a forerunner for me.
Yeah. Helen, and unfortunately, you never see Helen back.
That sucks.
Like I would have liked to see her with actual game players.
She's the first time in the 5 seasons we've watched where the military person did not piss me off.
Yeah.
Like, she actually took that military thing and actually made him look good and wasn't a dick.
Well, I mean, you got with Jan, I feel like it almost endears people to her. She's like the little kooky older, oh, I got lost. Oh, it's funny, it's cute. And for Helen, it's like, fuck this. But they even had a map and they got lost, which is funny.
Yeah.
So over at Chewy
They didn't bring the map. That's why.
Oh, that's right. They forgot the map.
Yeah, they were like Jan or Helen literally saying, I don't need the map. And
you see what happens. This is not like, oh, I'm visiting a city that I've never been in before. I'm hungry. Let me just get in the car and go in one direction. I'll eventually run into something. You're in a whole other country, not in civilization.
Yeah.
And you don't bring the map.
Yeah. With animals and fucking people that are, known to, off people.
Imagine the production crew. Where the fuck are we going, ladies? Like,
you would think they would have stepped in, but goddamn, it made for good TV.
Like, I'm sure it's just like, we're gonna be out here for hours. I want to go back to my camp and sleep.
Yeah. And then on the other hand, you have Sukdry trying to build shelter for the 3rd day in a row, 4th day in a row, and Jid not doing shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they talked about, the differences in the camp. It's the first time where we've seen for one of them, like, they don't have to build a shelter. They have a natural cave.
That cave was beautiful too.
Yeah, like literally, you have to do nothing. Yeah. You have to do nothing for that shelter. You literally walk under it, done, and it's somewhat deep.
Yeah,
like it's not
all
like
you have to do is worry about bats.
Yeah, and I'm sure like with fire and everything. Well, they had that monkey too that kind of visited, but like you start a fire, the bats are gonna, the smoke and the heat's gonna make them at least. But I mean, I mean, you said you would prefer the close water source, and I agree. But I mean, the fact that literally they had to do nothing for shelter, man, They got by so easy. Like, I can't even say that they really got the Survivor experience because they didn't have to struggle for that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the damn golf club. Clay, his luxury item is a golf club. Not a set of golf clubs.
Just one.
A golf club.
And they made a little mini golf course with a par 5, a par 8, and I don't even know what that means. I don't watch golf like that. But
all right, so quick golf lesson. So par is, so when you get up to each hole in golf, it'll say what the par is. Par is what it should take you to get to the hole.
Oh.
Right. So in golf, you want your
For the average golfer. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the best way to put it, but not real. I mean, maybe not. It's just that it's based on the distance from tee to hole. And in golf, you want your scores to be as much in the negative as possible. You want to be as much under par as possible. So if it's a par 3, if it's par 3 and it takes 4, you're up 1. Whereas if it's a par 3 or a par 4 and you get it in 2, you're down 2. So you're you're winning because you're under par.
Yeah.
So so they made a little par 2, 3, and 4 on their little sandy area outside the cave. Like you said, Suit Jai, their main priority was to build shelter. Jed and Stephanie, instead, they were gathering food and water.
What's that piece of shit, Rob? Sorry.
Yeah.
That was rude.
Jed, Rob, and Stephanie, they're sleeping on the beach.
Yeah. Alienating themselves really hard.
Without a doubt. Stephanie gets sick because she's out in the rain.
Dumbass.
Yeah. As it is with most Survivor seasons, they're a family. They're family. And so Helen is celebrating her 20th wedding anniversary, so they have like a little celebration.
That was sweet. I'll give them that. That was nice of them. Because they could have just been like, whatever.
We get to a Survivor Classic. We've seen it before. We'll see it again. Where we've got the tribe blindfolded, and you've got one of the tribe members as a caller, in some capacity.
This might be some of the most entertaining stuff.
So I can't wait for you to watch the one in Survivor All Stars, because I don't know how people didn't get seriously hurt.
No.
And I mean, like you even have somebody on the sideline who's not playing, who's just like, damn it, like commentating for it, but yeah, so you get a caller, so they're blindfolded, but instead of it being like where they have to go out and get puzzle pieces, they're carrying them in I'm gonna butcher this word, pelican, which is kind of like a little, like where you got 4 holding their staff, and there's chair bed type thing on top. Think very Cleopatra, even though different part of the country.
I was thinking WrestleMania 9.
Yeah. Don't bring up WrestleMania 9. You know better than that. Oh my God, this is the WrestleMania 9 of Survivor.
Yes.
Oh, my heart hurts. My heart hurts now. If you know, people. So what they win, though, is if they win a lantern, some fishing line, and hooks. Very early, basic Survivor rewards. Tanya, because she wasn't feeling well, still, she was the one that was kind of leading. And then Penny got his Suit Jai, and then Suit Jai ended up being the winners.
Yeah.
So Suit Jai, with their youth, continue to,
doing very well right now.
Yeah. Um, we jump into an immunity challenge. Each tribe's given a large kind of lotus flower puzzle that's missing 6 pieces. Um, and like they're tethered to the puzzle, each floating at an equal distance from it. But you got to untether your puzzle pieces and assemble the puzzle. Like it's one. There's times where I'm just like, God, y'all, these puzzles are like. I get puzzles are hard, but like there's certain aspects where I'm just like, oh my God, this is too much for a damn puzzle comp. Like like I don't know. That like the all the competitions or the challenges this season are not my favorite. Like they're not they're kind of boring. Um so Suit Jack comes out on top again, sending Chewy to tribal for the second time. And because we mentioned she wasn't very memorable, it's because she's gone second. Tanya is gone. Surprised
Yeah,
by this in any way?
not one bit. I was legit waiting for the first episode.
Yeah. I mean, she's one. They could easily have given her the benefit. I mean, that's probably why they gave her the benefit of the doubt. All right, she's been under the weather. Let's see how let's give her a day or two. Let's get her, feeling better. If she's feeling better, then great. Then she can be in, but she doesn't. She doesn't. She's not going to benefit them in the tribe. She's not helping. So let's kick the dead weight off the tribe.
Facts.
Episode 3, Chewy. This is where we get into what I talked about with this is first big controversy in Survivor.
Yeah.
And I've read different things about both individuals in this. So quick kind of summary. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but we will address it because it's a big part of the season. It's a big part of alliances being formed and people's opinions. And Ted and Ganya, they mentioned how close they have become. That they each kind of remind each other of home, and that they each kind of remind each other of their individual spouses at home. Apparently, we don't see footage of this, but apparently, in the night time while they're sleeping, because they tend to sleep next to each other, Ted throws his arm around Gandia and I guess begins to kind of like grind on her and maybe kind of initiate some type of advances. And clearly unwelcome advances. Gandia goes into a little more detail, like he was bitten on the shoulder and was her hair was tousled and things like that. But it's so I don't really know what to say about it because you get I don't know. Like, and I feel like they're all very quick to blame her, and it really bothers me.
Same. It did. It bothered me too. And I was like, he's the one who, yeah, very much
And
they,
he backtracks on what he says.
yeah, multiple times.
Yeah,
And all of a sudden blaming the victim.
which
And
unfortunately happens a lot in these situations.
yeah. And then, yeah, he
I mean, she has a
backtracked.
breakdown. She has a breakdown.
Yeah, when she went out there and screamed into the water, and they're just sitting there watching her. No one's comforting her.
And Clay, being the asshole that Clay is like, look how
I
childish.
I hate that man.
I don't think he's with us anymore. I think he's passed on.
Shit happens.
Yeah. But no, like you can tell her scream, her shaking, like
Yeah.
it's very much. I mean, her really only one I feel like that kind of is on her side with this is Helen.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
But even
Yeah.
I mean,
And only for a brief period. But it causes a lot of turmoil on that camp for several episodes. And Ted's whole reasoning is that he mistook her for his wife. Dude, I barely get any sleep and I work overnight. I at least know where I am when I stir and sleep. Like, I get very little sleep, but I still at least know where I am when I stir.
Yeah.
So I don't really buy that. You were just trying not to get caught, and you got caught out. And
Yes.
Ted, who has a brand new, like, couple-week-old baby at home with his spouse, like, it's like, that is now on video footage for the rest of your child's life.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's get past that. We get to the reward challenge.
This was awesome.
Yeah. The tribes must race across a bamboo course over the water. In the middle of the course, there's a contact zone where the castaways are able to knock each other off of the course. At the end of the boat, or at the end of the course, there's different boats filled with baskets. Each member has to steal baskets from the opposing tribe's boat. If at any point a tribe member was not in the contact zone when they make contact, then the other team gets one of the, like, baskets that they they get pretty much steal from what the other team has.
This is the episode where I was really pissed off and hating Rob.
This is so what ends up happening, we've had Suit-Jai dominating, right? Dominating. And they start dominating in this too. But then they start getting arrogant. They start cocky. They start getting just, they keep saying they're in the contact zone, but when they show it in slow motion, they're clearly not.
Yeah.
Like, so they're engaging and knocking people off, or like engaging in physical contact before or after they're in that contact zone. So much the fact that Rob gets up to Clay, grabs him by the throat.
That was wild.
Uncalled for. That's assault. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, chucks him in the water. So it keeps happening so much to the point that it's almost to the point they should get disqualified, but I don't know if that would be something they would do. But it happens so many times that they aren't in the contact zone that Chewy
wins without doing shit.
Wins without doing anything. So they finally get a win under their belt. Like, very cool. With this challenge will be revisited with better players.
Good, because this was embarrassing.
Yeah,
this was really embarrassing.
Yeah, you'll see this, or a variation of this again. So I'm glad you enjoyed this one, because you'll see that one again.
Yeah. And then they get back, and Rob just starts talking shit how he's gonna beat up
Clay.
Yeah, like, I'm not the biggest fan of Clay and his way of thinking, but my God,
we haven't touched on him yet. But yeah, Clay and Brian, assholes.
Yeah,
like chauvinistic pig males.
Yeah, I was like, it's not 1945 anymore, people.
Yeah, like assholes. Yeah. And we'll get to it when we get to it, but one of the worst winners ever for this game. But yeah, so they're pissed. Rob's talking shit over at Chewy. Gandia is so upset about the whole incident with Ted. She approaches Helen and Jan in an attempt to out Ted and get him out of the game. Helen tells Brian the plan. Brian approaches Ted to hear his side of the story. And that's kind of what set Gandhi off. Like, you're not believing me? Like,
he flipped. Yeah. And he backtracked his story and what happened and the conversation they had.
Mm-hmm. Suit-Jai's fishing net decides to go on a vacation and leave them because they're dumbasses. Yeah.
Suit-Jai, it was not meant for wilderness. I will say that. Them preppy little.
They're young. They can dominate some challenges, but they are not prepared for being out in the wilderness. Yeah, I agree with that. And the funny thing was like that you see the net. They show where it is. Like it's not far out from the beach. Like
No.
how they don't see it, I don't know. Like
Laziness.
oh yeah, yeah. Um, the immunity challenge. The tribes are given 3 stations and um one temple to make it makes us again a puzzle, a large puzzle. They have to transfer the 6 pieces from their first station to their third. Once all the tribes have their pieces in third station, they must reassemble the temple so it's identical to the original. And then, I mean, we saw this in Africa where they had to redo like the house
Yeah.
and everything. So
I remember a game. Yeah.
same premise, different, just adapting it to where they are now for this season. So, uh, Chewy Gone wins. They pull it out. You see what happens with a team when they get a little bit of momentum can go a long way.
Yeah.
Sukja goes.
But the thing is, Xi'an and a couple others admit they threw that.
Yeah.
Like, she even admits in her confession, like, I could have done that puzzle in my sleep.
Yeah.
She was like, no, they treated me like shit. Fuck y'all.
Yeah. She's one that like she goes by the she devil for a reason.
Is that what they call her?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She devil. Yeah. 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 That she goes by the she devil. And, but Jed is perceived as being, lazy and
Yeah.
not working, and so Jed is the one that is
Eliminated.
yeah, like it. He didn't. I mean, you look at him and you're just like, what fraternity did you walk out of? And you have no idea what you're doing. Like,
Yeah, no, I was when at first I was like, oh, you just came from like an SEC college. You are
my whole thought was, why do I have a feeling his luxury item is some type of hair product? Like that's what I kept getting.
that, that wouldn't shock me.
No, no. All right, episode 4. Stephanie is upset at Suit Jai and the decision to vote out Jed. Um, it amazes me, like I get that there's a lot of people, in terms of, Stephanie is the firefighter, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know if you watched it. You should go and they show a bit of her application video that they send in. Girl is she is naked. She is in.
so
She's
in episode 2, she went skinny dipping like right off, or like episode 1, she
yeah,
went
yeah,
skinny dipping that first night,
yeah, yeah,
and Xi'an was like, "What the fuck is
yeah. We
happening?"
didn't touch on that. Yeah, we didn't touch on that. But yeah, like they show in the reunion show, they show her like she's in like lingerie,
Yeah,
like and like half naked, skinny dipping, and it like I'm just like, well, if that didn't get the attention of the casting directors, like, I mean,
sometimes someone's just casted as a body.
oh, pretty much, clearly. Um, we're still feeling the effects of the whole Gandhi Ted situation.
I was about to say they're winning, but they are not the same tribe.
No, 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 they are, and you can tell it's an uncomfortable environment
Yeah,
all
and it's
around.
very divided between men and women. Like that
Clearly,
is awkward,
yeah, it is. Well, I mean,
understandably. But I was just like, oh, this is not going to go away until one of these tours is gone.
yeah, yeah. Again, there's some episodes like this one where not a lot of shit happens. Like
No,
they dwell on this thing with Ted and Gandia for a long time.
yeah, uh,
Um,
they
it's
get
like this
this.
episode to me is really like challenges, or challenge, tribal.
Yeah. The dummy thing.
Uh
That giant dummy.
250-pound dummy. Dummy. Yeah.
You a drink.
If you know, you know. Dummy. Yeah. But they have to carry it. Well, they decorate it, which I almost feel is a that hurts you in this challenge. If you're overly elaborate, that adds weight. It makes it more awkward. I know they don't know what they're having to do, but like they're having to like carry this dummy through different terrains, up and down hills, through trees. So if you add things that like decorations that get snagged on trees, you're hurting yourself. They don't know this at the time, but yeah, they have to scale. It's a relay race carrying this giant ass dummy. Yeah, around an island to the finish.
Or some chickens.
And some bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got stolen from them.
Goddamn monkey.
That monkey was my favorite cast member of this season.
Yeah. He at least provided something entertaining to watch. Yeah. I said what I said. This season sucks ass.
But
so yeah, they win.
Dominated.
Again.
Yeah.
Again. This is where we get to another controversial bit of the season. We're looking at Chewy, and we talk about it being a little bit kind of divided men and women. It is very much a very old school thinking, like, and I'm going to point fingers at Brian. He's the one that's really pointing this out and going to die on this hill.
It's Brian and what's his name?
Clay.
Yeah. Fuck them both.
Of the women, the women should be in the kitchen. The women look at and they talk about, look at this. They fall naturally into their, their quote unquote natural routines of cooking and cleaning, and the men, I wanted to. Every time I've seen that, I don't know why, but I'm like, I've seen this season more maybe because I'm always like, oh, I don't remember this season, so I've watched it multiple times, and then I'm like, yeah, but it's if you were falling into the natural way of things, Mr. This is what men do and women do, you'd be out there hunting and gathering.
Yeah, not just laying around.
Not just laying on your ass, you fuckhead.
Yeah. No, so fuck those two.
Yeah, fuck both of them. Can't stand them.
But Helen fell for their, because I mean she's Navy. She works with Green Berets. Like she knows she's been put in that like females here, males here thing. So she aligns with them, and we get sadly this is the first big blindside in my opinion.
Yeah, this is kind of a blindside. I wasn't expecting this, but I mean, we'll get there.
Like,
and we get
they
there.
Legitimately, the girls lied to Gandia. Like that was like she was flabbergasted.
Before we get to tribal though, like the immunity challenge, the tribe members have to work in pairs to solve 2 puzzles. The goal being to match the picture in front of them. The first tribe to assemble this is one of the most puzzle heavy seasons.
Yeah. I legit forgot about the immunity.
Yeah, you're cool. I mean, it's another puzzle, so it's not like something to write home about. Gandia wins. Oh no, not Gandia. But Chewy loses. Suit-Jai wins. Gandia is trying to form that women's alliance and target Clay. Like she's not even necessarily actively going after Ted, who she should. She's trying to go after. My thing is this: I think if Clay was gone, it would have been a much different tribe.
Absolutely, Clay dragged the way that tribe thought all the way down to the 1950s.
Yeah,
said what I said.
Yeah. Helen ends up being the swing vote, and she's aware that she's the swing vote, but unfortunately, she votes with the men, sending Gandia home.
It was the first time I was actually disappointed in Helen.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, and the thing is, you don't see Ted and you don't ever see Gandhi again. Like they don't play again with
Did
good
Ted
reason,
get sick?
huh?
Did Ted get sick? Because when we do the uh when they bring him back for that the last episode, he just
Uh-huh.
looked smaller. He looked
Well, I mean, he's there for a while. They showcased the weight loss.
yeah. It looked like he got worse afterwards.
It's possible. I mean, it's very, very possible. I mean, it's they're eating now, but you don't know what they're eating, so he may
It
have
is.
not really been eating if he's not a fan of what they're
Yeah.
giving him in Ponderosa, if it's called Ponderosa at this time. All right, I'm telling you folks, we're gonna zip through these. This is like Thailand's gonna be 2 episodes. We just want to
Yeah.
get through this, and because the Amazon is
Episode
gonna be
5.
awesome. Episode 5.
Right away, Rob is in the water.
I
And
know
he gets
that dive. A stingray catches his foot, and it's just like he's walking in the water, and like it was overly exaggerated almost.
such a big baby.
Yeah, it fucking
Oh.
hurts. That's like yeah, he's being a wuss. He's being a baby.
And then he
Um,
wants to get pissed at Xian because she knows what the fuck she's talking about.
yeah, yeah, yeah. On the other side of things, Brian and Ted are out to catch fish, and they form a formal alliance between the two of them, which is kind of surprising. You want to be aligned with the dude who was just, accused of SA. So,
I
but I mean, it falls right into Brian's kind of,
line of thinking.
yeah, line of thinking. My tablet just fell out of its case. All right, we're coming out of the case now.
Uh,
Um, give me 2 seconds.
Shugan loses their boat.
It's the season of losing things.
That was they didn't tie it after fishing or something.
Yeah, like well, I have a feeling it was Ted's fault.
Probably.
Um, and Clay blames Ted for that.
Yeah.
It's surprising to me with the way of Clay's thinking that Clay wants to be aligned with Ted or that had any alliance with Ted.
I was expecting some
Yeah, some not so PC moments.
yeah.
Um,
Which we got some from Clay. I was expecting worse.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Fucking Clay. We get something. Hey, something new to Survivor. Something we've never seen before. They go the reward challenge, which is going to be the Survivor auction. Jeff gives them the opportunity to mutiny, and if anybody wants to switch tribes,
I was
they can't.
yeah, no one did. I was shocked.
It was disappointing that they didn't.
Yeah. I thought Shan was. I was waiting. She even says that she was thinking about it.
Stephanie does too.
Yeah.
Like, Lord knows, a good thing for Stephanie's probably thankful now she didn't, knowing what Ted did.
Yeah.
So nobody does. It's a cool offer though. It's a very cool offer. But reward challenge, Survivor auction. And instead of being individual, this time it's
For the
Survivor
team.
auction for the team. And they're given $1,000 to spend on items in this auction. Survivor auction, not nothing to necessarily like. I'm a fan of the Survivor auction because I'm always curious about what like the items are going to be. But
Yeah.
like with this one, I just didn't like it because it was a tribe thing. Like
Yeah.
it's like yeah, not my favorite one.
But she got all the good food.
I did.
That shit was kind of funny.
Again, this season is just so bad. It's just like
Yeah.
I want to almost just be like I was about to message you and be like, for Thailand, I'm literally just we're gonna post a video. It's just gonna be a like a black screen that just says "fuck this season." Like
And then they go right into the immunity
they
challenge.
do. Again,
Yeah.
and I feel like they were just trying to like fill time for these episodes. Like there's not. I
Yeah.
mean, there's very
They went by
little.
fast.
There's very little gameplay happening. That's the thing.
Yeah. Not
Like
until the end.
yeah,
It's
the end is
legit shocking.
yeah. The end is where the gameplay comes in. But yeah, so the immunity challenge, the tribes are presented with an entire pile of different types of fish. Uh,
Yes. They have to separate 4 different types of fish
the
into piles.
barramundi, the trevally, the squid, and the silverfish. And they have, they have to separate them into different bins, so they can carry whatever they want. So you see people with it in their mouths. I see people, holding it.
Yeah.
And Chewy wins. Chewy wins. Um, and Sheehan and Stephanie are the ones talking about the upcoming tribal council. Both of them feel, that they're on the shopping block. Stephanie
gets shocked.
she's the one that wishes she would have switched tribes, and I guarantee you this time she does because Stephanie's out.
Yeah.
Stephanie didn't necessarily. Again, another one like no one's doing anything on this season.
Yeah. No. And the one thing that happened so far is not a good thing that people want to talk about.
Exactly.
Fucked.
Oh man.
So
All right.
episode 6.
Episode 6. Rob begins to feel vulnerable after Stephanie's eliminated. I actually almost thought that there was going to be a showmatch between Rob and Stephanie for a while.
I was waiting for it, and then yeah. And then Sukjai's fighting over bananas.
Well, yes. Before we get there, though, because the boat is gone with Chewy gone, they have to swim now to get their water because they're canoeless, and Chewy gone's getting frustrated at that. So they're already frustrated. Let's make even more frustration. I have a feeling it was just like a production assistant being like, what'll make for good TV? Snip, pie boat.
I would. Now you say it, that wouldn't have shocked me.
Let's piss him off even more. Snip. Yeah, Sukjai is arguing over bananas.
Yeah.
And who and when they can eat. That's the thing. When you give a food reward, especially something that's, not we're going to eat it right now. We have to eat it right now. Something that's sustainable for a little bit of time. You can't really tell. I mean, it's a fine balance because, like, yes, you had a hand in winning them, so you should be able to say, "Hey, I helped win these. I would like to eat one now." But you also have to take in consideration your other people on your tribe for it to be fair, and also so you don't put a target on your back. And Rob's just like, I won these, I want to eat them.
Yeah. And then that banana fight turned into Rob and Ken fighting over votes.
I don't know if I remember this. What were they arguing over?
Ken and someone else was talking about voting off Rob, and then Rob overheard.
Oh yeah.
It came wind to Rob or whatever.
Yeah.
That they need to eliminate him. It wasn't nothing major, but it just like fight back to back. It was just kind of like dragged into each other.
Reward challenge. The tribes start off by selecting one member to be. We see this is a challenge you'll see variations of as well. You have somebody with like a giant like slingshot launcher launching balls into the air. You've got other players almost with like lacrosse sticks, and they have to catch the ball with their like.
This was entertaining to watch. This reminded me of the challenge.
Yeah, you see this again multiple times. Like this is again not. We're starting to see challenges that are Survivor classics now.
Yeah.
Things that you see now that continue on. To me, we have not gotten yet to me what is the like absolute defining Survivor classic challenge. Keeping your hand on the idol is one thing, and it's legendary because it was the final for the first one. There's one, and it tends to be one that is for final immunity. I don't know when we first see it, but when we get to it, I'm gonna be like, there's two. There's two like that I would be like, I'd be fucked. If I walked up and saw them, I'd be like, might as well not even compete because I'm not gonna win. Like, and it has nothing to do with water, which is funny. So at the reward challenge, like I said, ball launcher, somebody, the other team, one-on-one coverage. And Rob dominates. Rob pretty much wins this for them, for Suit Jai by himself. Yeah.
And it was for Thai food.
Yeah, so they win shrimp, pineapple, vegetables, and wine. Because you know what else makes for good TV? Let's throw some alcohol into these these dehydrated, no food on their stomach cast members.
These liquor episodes are great because we got another one coming up here soon. That was also very fucking entertaining when it comes to liquor.
Brian and Ted talk about how they have to win the importance of winning the next immunity challenge, so that way the tribes merge 5-on-5. Ken and Rob hike into the jungle. They discover a bat-filled cave, and they kind of settle their differences on that. Settle their differences while they're doing that. The immunity challenge. There's going to be 21 flags placed in a circle. Taking turns, the tribes must gather simultaneously one to three flags. The tribes that take the final, I don't even reading my note and looking at the description online and then looking at my notes because I've got it side by side. I don't even remember this challenge.
I remember the end where Chugon, they fucked themselves over because they didn't do the math correctly, or Subjai didn't do the math correctly, and Chugai wins.
Yeah,
but that's all I remember from that.
And in a shocking vote, after dominating the reward challenge, Rob gets voted out.
This happens when you're a douchebag. You do well on challenges, but if you're a jackass,
people still got to live with you. It's great you can win things, but people have to live with you.
Yes. And this was after they had that wine drinking moment where they all spilled their hearts.
Yeah.
And you thought they were going to come together as a group.
Damn alcohol on these.
Yeah. So episode 7.
Sorry, my phone was going off. I was making sure that it wasn't. Make sure it wasn't anything important. Yeah, episode 7.
This was a crazy episode.
Yeah. So the tribes get tree mail along with body paints in different colors. Each tribe member, they're instructed to, each tribe member has to be a different color.
Yeah.
And to decorate themselves. When the tribes meet with Jeff, they're going to have kind of like a get to know you kind of. So if you're painted red, the two people from each tribe that are red, you're going to go off and partner together. And if you're gold, you're going to go that. If you're blue, they're just separated by the colors from each tribe. That's kind of a get to know you kind of, meet and greet. They also got to choose a basket as they're going. So Clay and Sheehan, I'm sure that went off well. They received a note in their basket telling them to travel to Chewy Gon Camp. And then Ken and Helen were instructed to travel back to Suit Jai. So the 4 of them are instructed to choose a camp that's going to be more comfortable to live in. And of course, without a doubt, why would you not go to the one that's got the natural shelter?
Yeah.
I guess the other one would have been fine, but you're just going to have to do a lot more work. And if you're already dehydrated, because you're going to have to expand your whatever shelter you have to make room for more. But yeah, that was weird. I mean, I get why, because if the cave can house more people, you just have to deal with the whole water issue. Uh, so they choose Chewy
Yeah.
and Jeff explained that everyone will be living at that camp.
So
And they
everyone
all.
think this is a merger.
Why would you not think it's a merger?
Yeah. Fucking genius.
Yeah, it is not a merger. They are just two tribes, two very separate tribes, living in the same area.
And Cheon's plan goes out the window. Because she was
She's
ready
trying
to
to make moves. She is
she
trying
was
to
ready to
play. She's trying
stab
to
her.
make moves.
She
Yeah.
was ready to stab her crew in the back. She was so ready to stab her trap in the back.
Yeah. Which I think had they been merged, it would have been a very different way to the end. Ted agreed. Ted was all about Sheehan jumping.
Because Sheehan told her what they did to her and how they were treating her because she's a different culture and she is like she lives a different way because she's lived two different places and
yeah.
she thinks her tribe thinks she's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no, she's lived. She lives Americanized and she lives. She's from I think it was Vietnam.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, she talked about like when they eat the chicken, like she's gonna eat like the
gizzards,
the
the
neck
innards,
and like stuff that it's still all edible. It's just not something that in American culture that we eat on a regular basis. But it was not. They get to the immunity challenge. It is they are quickly told they are not merged.
Two tribes at one camp is wild.
Yeah, man. So the tribes for the immunity challenge, they are locked. They're shackled in a prison. Using resources in the cell, the tribes have to gather key. So they pretty much have to use sticks and twine and what they've got around them to make a long branch like arm, something to reach out and get keys that have a big circle key ring on it to get them out. This is, I would probably throw in there with the Survivor Classic. You see this, it becomes, instead of being like an individual challenge like this, you see this as part of challenges. In a relay to get to the next section, you have, which you see later on in the season, they add it, like when they do the challenge where like, okay, have you learned from your mistakes from previous challenges? But if we see this again later on where it's like part of a challenge. Chewy that's got to be the weirdest thing. Chewy wins. It's got to be a weird thing going back to camp and being on that winning tribe and just watching everybody else kind of scramble.
Yeah, awkward. It was these few episodes.
This was probably the best episode of the entire season.
Yeah,
without a doubt. But Sheehan for playing the game and getting caught, She Devil is gone.
I felt bad because if fucking Survivor producers Jeff Probst didn't do that to her, she would have been, I think, flying high.
Yeah, she would have. Now, it would have. We've seen this before, where somebody's, or we haven't necessarily seen it before, but you will see it again, where people flip on their original tribe, and then it helps the other tribe, but they're the low man on the totem pole for that tribe, and they've screwed over the other one. So it's like you're not really necessarily in a good position. You can work your way back up into a good position, but you got to be at one that can work.
Yeah.
So 7 episodes in. Thoughts at this point on this season? Hurry up and get done.
Yeah, this is boring. And
yeah, it's not a good cast.
Certain cast members are starting to piss me off.
Yeah. Sheehan, to me, was one of the few standouts. Helen, we talked about.
She's a standout and for a good reason. There's a lot of standouts in this season, but not for the right reason.
Yeah. It's a great way of putting it. Well, that's half the season right there. Yeah. Like I said, this will be a little bit of a longer episode. The next one will be 2, just because we wanted to get done with this damn season. Like we want to be done with Thailand. So before we get out of here, MJ, let them know where they can find you, what you got going on.
MJ Plus us on all social media platforms. You can catch me every Monday night live on the YouTube here on World Championship Records for Netflix and Raw with the Ring Queen Michaela and the Pro Wrestling Wizard Doug. You can catch me on my show Inner Circle with Wheels, where I just interview my talented friends. Queen's Court should hopefully be once we get our lives together settled, because me, Bree, and Husky all got some big things happening in our personal lives. So, yeah, that should be coming back soon. And then I am the new host by myself for Cole TV's Learning the Ropes, and that will be starting back up in a couple weeks or a week or two.
Yeah. Go follow Cole TV if you don't. Great,
Yes.
great guys over there. We love them. They do a lot for
Yes.
us too.
Shout out to XOJ, the OG, and B-roll.
Yeah.
And thank them for, believing and trusting me with their channel.
You're gonna do great. I have no doubt. When they told me and then you let me know too, I was like, that's perfect. That's perfect. You can find me, DadHat Wrestling, all social medias, World Championship Wreckage, all social medias. We have our own TikTok for Survivor Reignited. We post clips from here. We post clips from the actual show. Sometimes we overlay them so you can kind of see what's happening and get our reactions to it at the same time. But yeah, thanks for the growth there. We'll be back next time to wrap up this season and get the hell out of Thailand. So for MJ, I'm Justin. We'll see you next time.